All right, everybody, you know what day it is. It is Tuesday, okay? And that can only mean one thing. It is Tarot Card Tuesday, and I am, of course, the fabulous Leo Brown, and this is Tarot Card Tuesday. So, last week we were on the Three of Cups. This week we are moving on into the Four of Cups. And forgive my chipped nails. Yeah, I tried a new color. It really don't. Yeah. Anywho, so we are now at the Four of Cups. Now I'm trying to get this in here so you guys can see it and forgive the glare. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the Four of Cups. This card is a bit tricky, okay, because as I said before, there are no good or bad cards in tarot. But this card necessarily isn't a. It's not a happy. I don't know how to say this. It's really not a happy card. Like even if you get it in the upright position, which is quote unquote the happy position, it really isn't a happy card. It's a very the best way I could describe it, the best word I would use for it is it's a very melancholic kind of card. So let's just say you come to me, or you go to another reader, or you read for yourself because some people do have their own cards and you read on their own. So let's just say you're doing a reading, you're receiving a reading, and you get this card. This card pops into your scope. Oops, I'm sorry, y'all. This card pops into your scope, and you get this card in the upright position the way that I'm holding it now. And like I said, forgive me for this glare. Okay, so this card represents on the emotional level because remember we are dealing with the Suit of Cups, so we're dealing with a lot with emotions. So this card represents dis dissatisfaction. That's the best word I can come up with. Dissatisfaction, boredom, not necessarily loneliness, but you just feel bored. You feel repressed, not depressed. Repression a little bit. So let's just say you're having a love reading, and this card comes up, and it comes up in the upright position as I showed you. So say you get this card and you're involved with this guy, and you and this person you've been going out for X amount of months, and it comes up, and it's like, you know what? Okay, you love each other, but you're not in love anymore. That's basically what this card is about. So emotionally, you just may feel like, you know what? We love each other, we respect each other, but we're bored. We've grown bored with each other. We are not there yet. The passion isn't there. The heat, the emotional passion, not physically, because physically you might be fucking like rabbits, but emotionally you may not feel connected anymore. You know what I mean? Like you just may be going through the motions. Now, when it comes to working career, it could mean that you don't have the same passion for your job. You don't love what you do anymore. You've grown out of love with it. You're like, okay, I'm bored. I want something new. I want something different. But at the same token in time, you're holding back how you really feel. You're putting on a happy face and you're like, oh, I just love what I do and it's just wonderful. When really in reality, you're like, really? I can't stand this motherfucking place. It's just that kind of gig. Now, when it comes to your emotional self and your health, this is a bit tricky. So we're going to focus on the emotional self first. Emotionally, you may feel like, okay, I'm growing, but I'm not growing fast enough. Or there's still some things I have to process. There's still some issues. Like say you're in therapy, there's still some issues that I'm dealing with on the emotional level. Or there may be some issues that you're repressing, you're pushing down. Or you may feel like, okay, you've hit a plateau, with your self worth. You may feel like, okay, I'm not, I've grown as far as I can grow. So I'm bored. I'm not happy with it anymore. Um, Also, I'm gonna go back to the working career front. You may feel like you are wasting talent because also the Four of Cups is about wasting your talents. So let's say you're a writer or a dancer or an actress, but instead, you're a secretary. And no shade to secretaries, male or female, okay? Because trust me, I think secretaries are awesome. Um, But let's just say you're a secretary and you're doing the job because it pays the bills, but really in reality you're like, I really want to act, or I really want to sing, or I really want to be an artist, or I want to be a painter, you know what I mean, or a writer. So you are wasting your true talents, your true calling, by just going through the motions because it is the right thing to do, or it feels right. And I'm not. And now let me say this: don't quit your jobs and go out and become an actor or an actress or whatever you want to be. Don't do that. Always have a plan B, C, D, E, F, and G, just in case things don't work. Okay. And I said that. Leo said that. Okay. Now, now, when it comes to, we focus on self-health or self-health. So when it comes to your physical health, say you're working out, you're eating right, you've lost the weight, you've lost 20, 30, 40 pounds. And you come to that point where you're right there, you're at your goal, and you're like, okay, I only have 5 more pounds to lose. Why isn't this coming off? Why isn't it working? So you may feel stuck. You may feel like, okay, I'm at a plateau. I'm not, the weight isn't coming off the way it should. I'm now stuck, I'm stuck here and I don't like it. So it may, and it may cause you to be a bit down, and trust me, as a person who, I try to work out, I'm not great at it, but I get that. So the Four of Cups can represent that. It can represent dissatisfaction. It can represent boredom. It can represent, emotionally you're just drained. You've done all you can do. Now, if you get this card in reverse, it's actually, believe it or not, the opposite, because it means that you become content with your situation. So we'll take the weight thing. So because we all know the holidays are coming, or are here, and as I call them the 4 seasons of gluttony. But that's also, but that's a whole nother video. Um, but saying, you've tried every diet known to man, you've done all the workouts, you've done Tae Bo, you've done Pilates, you've done yoga, you've done aerobics, you've done them all, right? And you're like, I'm content with my weight. I like my body. I'm content with my situation, where my health is. I'm not in horrible health. I'm not, I don't look that bad when I look in my mirror. I have a fat ass, but it look good. You know what I mean? Like you come to that conclusion with yourself. So it's really about self acceptance. This card also is about self acceptance too. Now let's say when it comes to the job, same thing, job and career. Okay, yeah, I really wanted to be a singer, but I work for an airline company. I am a flight attendant. But you become content with that. You're like, you know what? Okay, I know my talents are there. I know I can sing. I can hold a tune. I know I have the voice. Okay, but I like what I do. I'm content with what I do. And I know that eventually I can actually pursue my dreams too, because this card also indicates a passing phase. So you may not always feel this way. And that there's opportunities out there for you. You know that you can go to the doors and open, and knock on them and they'll open. So in terms of that, now when it comes to love and relationships, it could mean that, say you're in an unhappy marriage, or you're seeing someone that you're not completely, content with. It could mean that you're kind of ignoring the signs. Like you're like, I can deal with this. It's all right. I was doing my thing. I was wilding out, and now I'm kind of settled. And that's another thing. This card can mean that you're settling too. So emotionally, even though you may not be the happiest, but you're like, you know what? It is what it is. I did my dirt. I went out there, I played around, and now I'm with the person that I really don't want to get rid of. You know, it could mean that as well. Let's see what else. And then in terms of self health, or emotional health, it can also mean that emotionally you are content with your issues. You know what they are. You know what your private hell is. You know uh, your childhood issues. You know them, and you're like, okay, it is what it is. I can't change them. I can't go back and, fix them. I can work on them, but I can't make them go away because they're always going to be around, which is true. So the Four of Cups is not necessarily a bad card. It's a card of, I guess the best way I can describe it is it's a card that basically tells you either shit or get off the pot. One of the two. You know what I mean? Like it just tells you that, and it tells you that from an emotional place. Like it's really up to you. You can stay in your muck and mire, or you can get out of it and deal with what's going on around you. So it's not necessarily a bad card. But just wanted to come on here and give you guys that. Give you tarot card Tuesday realness today with my 5 o'clock shadow and my chip nails. Anywho, I am Leo Brown. This was, of course, Tarot Card Tuesday. You guys mean the world to me, as my girl Tony Braxton would say. And I will be back next week with the Five of Cups. We're going to be doing the Five of Cups next week. So look for that. And also to let you know, for those of you who live in my area, I am in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to be on Great Day St. Louis for the annual Halloween show on KMOV. That's News Channel 4. I think that is the CBS affiliate. So please, if you do tune in, it's going to be an early morning show, probably between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Please watch it on Halloween morning, because I would love to, get your support. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, like me on Facebook, leave your comments below. Of course, I thank you for watching. Share the video. Let me know what you think. I am so sorry. Let me know what you think of the video. And give me your insight. Like, for those of you who read professionally, or for those of you who just read for yourself, what do you get? Like, what does the card mean to you when you get the Four of Cups in the spread, or when you see it for a person you're reading for? Let me know, because I really want to know that, because I think it's good to have different insights and different opinions. And of course we can agree to disagree. But anywho, once again, this is me, the fabulous Leo Brown, and it is Tarot Card Tuesday. This was the Four of Cups, and I love you all very much. I will see you later. Have a good one, okay? Love you. Bye-bye.